The following is an instructional guide on how to use and get the greatest benefit from your MSB form set. We've outlined the best process for setting up and then stripping your site. Let's start with the setup. On arrival, ensure your crew is set up with sledgehammer, crocodile clips, ratchet, and magnetic level. Install hurdles to the finished floor level, check the surveyor's set out, and square the house. Mark on the ground with paint the approximate size and dimensions of the slab. From the site plans, establish the pipe route and offset. Mark these on the ground with paint to ensure no pipe penetration. Determine the appropriate frame size to avoid penetration issues. Unload the frames and rods from the truck or trailer. While the site is being assessed and set up, rotate the insert as required for the FFL. For example, inserts facing to the right would accommodate 310mm waffle. Lay out one frame and two rods at intervals. Generally, this would be 800mm to 1 meter based on the soil conditions. Determine where the frame is to be installed into the ground based on the established pipe route. Now it's time to begin the corner frame installation process. Attach the magnetic level to the top of the frame. Knock the front rod into the ground approximately 150mm until firm. This should be done approximately 200mm from the corner paint line using magnetic level to ensure that the frame is level. Using laser on the top of the insert, lift the frame up the rod to 10mm below the finished floor level. Lock off the bolt on the front rod with ratchet according to the required torque. Place the back rod in the tube. Before knocking the back rod into the ground, manipulate the frame so that the insert is square to the string line. Knock the back rod in until firm and tighten with ratchet. Example, for a standard 150mm rebate and using 38mm timbers, extend your insert 112mm in from the outside brick rebate line and lock off the top insert. For 45mm timbers, come in 105mm. Lock off the top insert. Measure from the back of the insert plate to the orange tube and take the measurement. Extend the bottom insert out to replicate the top measurement. Lock off the bottom insert. The inserts are now set at 150mm apart. Replicate this at the next corner or return. Wrap the string line tightly around the top of each insert. Use crocodile clips to ensure the string line stays tight on each insert. The frames can now be installed at meter intervals along the string line. While this takes place, replicate the corner frame installation process at each corner or return. As each corner frame is installed, continue to set up string line and install the remaining frames at meter intervals. During the corner frame installation, a crew member should unload and lay out timber along the perimeter as required. Once all corner frames are installed, crew member A and C install the rebate and top board with 50mm roofing screw into adjustable slide holes. This is done to the desired rebate height and finished floor level using laser level and then completed around the entire site. For flush walls, lock off the top insert 38mm or 45mm back from the string line, depending on the thickness of timber. Extend the bottom insert out to the same distance as the top insert so that both inserts are flush. Install poly and steel and waffle. On the morning of the pour, walk around at every frame with laser level on top board and check that the finished floor is still at the desired level. Back off screw, lift board and retighten if necessary. Use spray pack with diesel. Spray each individual frames with diesel or form oil to ensure concrete doesn't stick and harden on frames before the wash. Your site is now set up and ready for pouring. Once the pour is complete, let's get into the best way to strip. Crew member A undoes all screws once rebates have been completed. As each section of concrete hardens, crew member B undoes the front rod, back rod, and 2 inserts from each frame. Ensure that this is only done on the perimeter once the concrete is firm enough. Crew member A loosens the rods from the ground, ideally by shaking side to side. Use hand or peg puller if required to pull rods from the ground. Stack the rods against the side of the slab in groups of 10. Turn inserts facing up and stack frames in groups of 2, leaning against perimeter of slab. Other crew members begin to carry out the frames and stack neatly on polymembrane to be washed. Continue until all frames are removed from the site. Remaining crew members carry out the rod stacks and place them in the truck. Remove all rebate timbers followed by top boards accordingly. Scrape boards and load them onto the truck. Whilst 2 crew members are scraping boards, a separate crew member washes all frames thoroughly with a pressure washer, ensuring no concrete remains on the frames or around the bolts. Load the frames and stack neatly in the truck or trailer. The strip process is now complete. If you have any questions or would like to clarify anything, please call or email for further help.